Welcome to Santa Pod and the annual festival of fun and speed that is Ultimate Street Car. USC has been around for a very long time. We've seen the car modified scene mature almost around this event. We've seen some fantastic cars over the years, some really surprisingly quick machines. And this year, it's all about front-wheel drive cars, and apparently we've got a few quick diesels around. But it's not all about the drag action. We've got loads of other car-based activities, from cars being crushed by a monster truck down to pole dancers, and of course the show and shine. There's something for everybody into the modified scene here at USC. Well, one of the special things that happens at Ultimate Street Car every year is the build. And this year we've got something a little bit different and quite interesting coming on. We've got Neil from SW Motorsports who's doing a special build on a Honda Civic. So Neil, tell us a bit about the project.
Yeah, basically over the weekend we're going to make this into a nice, usable, fast road spec. We've got some good names on board: iBack, Pipercross, Terox. We're going to bang them in the next 3 days and turn it around from a road car into quite a sporty little car.
Now, are you featuring on making this fast in a straight line or general road handling, or is it going to be set up for circuit?
It's going to be a bit of everything, really. We're going to make it lower, make it stop better, and try and give it a bit more poke, so it's quite a balanced car then, so you've got it all. We've actually got some quite high caliber sponsors on board. Pipercross are going to take care of the induction. We've got Mongoose on the exhaust side of things. Terox obviously speaks for himself on the braking. iBack, they're going to lower it down, and to keep them tyres in contact we've got Toyo. So altogether it should tie in quite nicely. Okay, we've already found the first problem of the day. Wheels and tyres are supposed to be fitted together and they're not. We're going to have to wing it and see if we can have a word with some quick fit fitters. There are 1 or 2 bits missing. We're still waiting on some bushes, but I'm pretty confident we'll pull it all out of the bag. It's early days yet.
So the first thing is to get it jacked up, get the wheels off and see what state things are in. And don't forget the axle stands. This is quite an old car, so the team will have to be prepared for quite a few seized bolts and maybe evidence of the previous owner's own botch jobs. Well, the team are working like a well-oiled machine at the moment, but will they be as efficient after 3 days on this project? Well, we're on a bit of a secret squirrel mission now, because we've just found this amazing car transporter full of what look to be pretty quick front-wheel drive cars, and all the plates and stuff is hinting Portuguese, but there's nobody else around. I'm just wondering whether the front-wheel drive drag series that's been so widely spread, the news of it through social media right through Europe, whether that has actually encouraged these people to come across. We know nothing about them. We do know that there is a spot prize of £500 in cold hard cash for the quickest front-wheel drive pass of the weekend, regardless of type of vehicle. If it's front-wheel drive and it gets the lowest ET of the meeting, that person's going home 500 quid the better off. USC's a very established event. It's been running for many, many years now. And through the years, we've seen various people come out with little specials they put together for a bit of a laugh. Well, one man who came to my attention probably 5 or 6 years ago with one vehicle was Mark Wenny Wen. And Wenny built himself the Royal Nail. It was an ex-Royal Mail post van that he put a load of cosy gear in it, and it was pretty quick. He's gone even more subtle now and got a Mark III Escort that's got some very special equipment in it, and it runs 9-second quarter miles and it's still road legal. And we've caught up with him. He's already done one pass of a 9.9 something or other at what mile an hour, Mark?
141.
That'll do the job. So give us a quick rundown of the running gear and the engine spec.
Basically 700 brake horsepower, FFD sequential gearbox.
Which comes from?
The old Escort Cosworth WRC cars, same as the diffs there from a WRC car. Most of the running gear is off a WRC car in a old Escort shell.
Yeah. And so have you mechanically transplanted those bits onto the shell, or have you done one of these graft jobs?
It's basically a Sierra floor pan shortened with the escort shell on top, and then all the relevant equipment fits on from there, all the Cosworth things.
We've seen over the past 3 or 4 seasons many regular Run What You Brungers who absolutely love turning up to the public test days, making the step into mainstream drag racing, and we've got a beautiful route into mainstream drag racing right now, the European front-wheel drive drag series, and it's really attracting some of the stronger performers from the Run What You Brung scene. And one such man is Wendell with his amazing little Civic. Wendell, this thing makes some serious power. You're into the 9-second zone now as well, aren't you?
Previously put it up, had a few issues, done a few low 10s, straight into the 9s last year. Come out this year, new setup, done first row 9.8, second row 9.6. Again, a few little issues. Come back today, hopefully we've got it sorted. Trying to break some records, set some records hopefully.
Are you really? So you're looking to get into the mid or low 9s now?
Yep, hopefully.
Are you allowed to tell us how much horsepower you're making? Have you dynoed recently?
Dynoed it starting of the year. Numbers weren't too great, but I'd say roughly about 850, 900 numbers, but we're going to look to turn it up a bit more, hopefully see what he does.
So Wendell made it out on track early on Friday morning, running a great 982 to set the bar for everyone else. And almost straight away we saw a 970. The race is on.
Well, in our experience, the standard stuff, you can just cook it when it comes to break discs and pads in no time. And when you price it up compared to uprated stuff like the Tarox, it's actually not really great value for money either. So we're going to put some Tarox discs and pads on it, so if it ever gets used on a track, it's going to be able to deal with all the abuse it gets. And we've got some eye-back springs, which is going to lower the car and obviously make it look a bit cooler as well as handle better. To tie it all together, we're going to be putting some Super Pro bushes onto it, so it's going to have a completely refreshed chassis on it, and then some Toyo tyres to keep it in contact with the black stuff. Compared to the standard car in this, even though it is what we would call like a road spec car, it's going to be far superior. The boys had quite a busy day today. They've been busy prepping it, stripping it all out, and the reason we did that is to make it lighter, so it's going to be faster in the accelerating, stop better, handle better, sound endings out, seats and interiors all, as you can see just down there. They're in the stage now where they are stripping all the C's, nuts and bolts off it, ready for day 2 where we are going to smash it. Whenever you're tuning a car, you've always got to start with the basics, which is getting the air in and getting it out. So we've got a Piper Cross induction kit for it and a Mongoose exhaust system. Besides freeing up a few horsepower, it's actually going to make the drive feel a lot better for the driver themselves because it changes the soundtrack, lets it rev a bit better. It's a good starting point for future mods.
Yeah, well, when you see how high they're going,
Beat 'em right.
yeah, it's sick. You need to get a fast car and get down here.
Cars, the booze, the women, the boobs.
It's my third time on the trot. So yeah, I've joined this club, a group of fantastic people. Yeah, it's fantastic. Ace, lovely.
Cars, innit? It's all about the cars. Always is.
It's the place to be, innit? It's the place to be.
I love it. My 15th year now. I'm
For the fun. It was a good weekend. 20 years we've been coming now for the Ultimate Street Car since the day it started. We just keep on coming back.
Santa Pod 2013 is amazing. Come bring your USC cars. Love it.
Of course, it wouldn't be USC without the evening entertainment. And one of the highlights on the main stage had to be the Fuel Girls, with just a hint of Cirque du Soleil. These are definitely don't try these at home acts, but the crowd loved them. And of course, audience participation is always encouraged at USC.
Can I just say that there is a prize of £100 cash to whoever wins the booty shaking competition?
Make some noise for her!
Yeah, we knew not that much sleep, but we needed a bit of a blowout. Part of USC, obviously. We intend to crack on with the bushes first, and then we're going to get some of the lads doing the discs and pads and springs. We're going to work it as a team. We should really put a big dent in it today.
So the brake calipers are removed and the shocks are coming off with just a little hammering. The spring compressor is probably the only bit of equipment that the boys are using that you won't find in an average enthusiast garage. It just makes things quicker and a lot safer when there are spectators about.
Basically, I mean, this car, it's all about what you can do on the driveway at home with your friends on a sensible budget, really, to make your car from like a run-of-the-mill thing to something a bit different, what's a good all-rounder on the road. If we were doing SW Motorsports, typically we'd want to change like the Toyo TR1s to Toyo 888s, a bit more grippier. We put on full coilovers, and we would probably get a roll caging because that's our specialty. Couple that with a limited slip diff and it'd make it into a serious track toy then.
Well, a bit of track action then, and the world famous Martin Hill in the Fire Force 3 Jet Funny car, the world's fastest and quickest Jet Funny car. An absolutely perfect run there, and yes, it's a 598. Well, a little bit more sedate perhaps, but this is what Ultimate Street Car's all about. It's the run what you brung sessions. That's the Rusty Bullet crew over there in their Velvet Astra. They've been coming to this event and running that car for many, many years. Well, the crowds are loving the variety of vehicles we're seeing out on track. Some cars look stock and run stock. Other cars were the Q-ships, the sleepers that have got great big power plants inside them but look like they've just been mildly modified. And another fascinating thing about this event is that it draws enthusiasts from all the different eras and types of cars. So you see 60s and 70s machines, you see the Jap stuff, quite a few American Yank tanks powering down the strip too. And the one thing all the drivers get to do is learn how to tune their car or their driving to the conditions on the day and how their vehicle's set up. So that man will be using less revs next time he comes round. And here's something very, very special. This is Nelson all the way from Portugal with a 1400cc car. Yeah, that Polo's got a 1400 block in it and a big turbo. And look at this, a 1254, quicker than a supercar. Well as quick, normally aspirated and turbo cars, the Portuguese bought a plethora of diesel-powered machines. These just freaked me out on the day. Check this out. 1228, and he got into the 11s as well. Well, the Civic with that sort of urban camo look, that got right down deep into the 10s, and unfortunately had a few breakages along the way. This is the quickest machine that Portugal has in terms of front-wheel drive cars. We would say RPM, Portuguese say RPM, and this is 9-second capable. What a glorious bit of kit. Runs through there with a 1031 on just a tryout class. And in the far lane we got Diego. Diego is a normally aspirated man. No nitrous, no turbo, it's all motor, and darn quick it is too. This is your first chance to drive on a fully prepped track. I understand the raceways you use in Portugal are not so grippy.
Yeah, this is the first time in a real track with real cars, and we have
a lot of fun and hope to be quicker and quicker and quicker and get the experience to get the next car better and better and better to improve the track times.
Now, one thing, because I know your cars are making a lot of power, that must be a concern for you, is with that grip, is breakages for gearboxes and drive shafts. No problems yet?
Yeah, that's the main concern with the parts. We already broke 1 in half on the first test. It's definitely harder than in Portugal because here we have a lot of grip, there we have no grip. It's a lot better here, but a lot of harder for the parts and the transmissions and clutches and all.
It's Saturday morning and there's more than a few hungover people just staggering about. But for the brave ones, the drift track is already open for passenger rides.
Hey, she's unbelievable. You're an awesome driver.
And he hasn't got fake tan on.
I haven't got fake tan on. It's real. Nice to see everyone.
What's it actually feel like going around the turn?
It's like you're gliding. You're almost gliding all the time. You know, she's quick. It's really good. Really enjoyable.
I wish my mum could drive that in a Fiesta. Ain't gonna happen though, is it? Sorry, Mum.
We're talking at least a couple of years to get to that level. It's not as easy as it looks, so it's cost a lot of time and effort and money to get to this level, and every driver puts up really all the wages and things into it, so yeah.
And as luck would have it, there's a tyre fitter on site with the drifters, so now the boys can get their lovely new Toyo tyres mounted on those shiny Calibra wheels.
Going down here, next to the
Saturday afternoon, and it's the burnout competition. No explanations really needed. Just make as much smoke as you can and fry those tyres.
So the reason why we have to stop on one corner, I reckon this thing's going to go in. It's disappeared. Surely they're nearly there.
USC is all about the cars, but it just wouldn't be complete without the girls.
Miss USC from 2012. Give her an applause.
Well, the Miss USC competition is always a favourite, but don't forget there's Mr USC as well. And for the more sophisticated types, how about Miss Santa Pod, where girls compete for a chance to be next year's Santa Pod promo girl. We've already seen the Fuel Girls, and another favourite dance group that appears each year at USC are the Nani Shakers.
Nani Shakers is basically a sexy dance outfit. We also do DJ shows, fire shows, ankle grinding, all that kind of stuff. It's basically an entertainment company. We provide sexy ladies for entertainment.
Well, it might not be dancing, but it is the Nani Shakers. This year the girls put on a demonstration of boxing and wrestling, and this was way more serious than most people expected to see.
Yeah, we've danced for years, obviously that's where it all started, but the boxing and wrestling has just been something that people want, so if we're asked to do something, we'll always try and provide the best service, and we went out and sourced the girls, and the rest is history, as they say. They're all sort of trained dancers, and they've all done various forms of martial arts before. That's obviously why they've been chosen. So I think that, once you've got a kind of knack for it, then you can sort of pick it up pretty quickly, really.
When you're in the ring, you don't even see the crowd. Like it's all in good sport, and like when we're in the ring, it's just Sarah and I.
She's actually trying to work up underneath the guard there. Little Chilly's really...
It's going to be a fun show, lots of fun, lots of loud, everyone going mad. It seems like it's going to be a really good show.
Yeah, we can't wait to go now. We're going to go and have a look at all the tents, and we're going to go on the rides and get involved with the crowd, see what everyone's doing.
Back at the Civic build, things are progressing nicely. The new springs are fitted and the disc pads and calipers are being reassembled. Finally, some nice new brake pipes are installed. Just as well, because the boys can knock off and get round for the Saturday evening entertainment with the cars. That's the world famous flame out competition.
Here we go. Feel free to cheer. This could be a... And you have the big 5, 4, 3, 2, 1,
Yeah, the quality of them's great. It's just that it's obviously a windy day now, so it's not ideal. But they're getting through it now, and it should be done in no time.
Well, the graphics were produced on site by Static One, and as Neil said, it's a job best done not on a windy day. But when you've got a deadline to meet, you've got no choice. The mechanicals are all done now. Just time to check that the wheels actually fit okay, and don't forget to bleed the brakes. And it's really starting to look something quite different now. Sunday morning is always show and shine. Organiser James Forster explains.
We're always looking for something new here, and an airbag seems to be all the rage at the minute, all the fashion that everyone's going mad about. We never judge on taste, personal taste. We have one trophy for personal taste, and that's judge's choice. The rest of it is purely on workmanship and how any work carried out to the car has been executed. We've got categories for everyone. We've got best exterior, best ice, best interior, best engine bay, and of course the big one, the best of show. We've got a brand new class this year actually, which is consisting of winners of previous events. They all go into one masterclass called the Champion of Champions. So they're the cream of the crop to watch out for. So that should be interesting.
As always, a great selection of quality cars on display, including this old school Ford Cortina.
Well, basically it's got the 16 crush floor. It's basically a standard engine. I've lowered it 2 inches. Basically just overhauled engine, full respray, put a big sound system in it. That's it. Obviously everybody's going for new cars, not many old school. So decided I was actually, as I said to you, I was looking for a Mark II Escort, but the Mark II Cortina was just as good. So.
Well, it's a GTI 6 block, supercharged, Rotrek supercharger. It's mapped at about 244 brake horsepower at the moment. Totally forged internals, and well, basically the kit was brought out to promote the T16 rally car. It went from Peugeot straight to Dimmer Design and had the kit fitted. I think it was about an extra $3,000 back in the day, so it's lovely. It's like a little go-kart. I'm running all the Peugeot 309 running gear, so it brings it out about ½ inch either side. Load on Avo coilovers, but yeah, like a little go-kart, love it.
But actually, she's a 3.2S Porsche Boxster. We've done a remap on it, we've done sport headers, basically mainly bodywork and air ride suspension. I own my own little air ride company called Haver, and yeah, people stated that air ride doesn't handle very well. We built the car to prove that yes, it does. The wife does plead and grovel, can she take you shopping? But obviously you have to say no. You come back with car park dents. Yeah, I think it's more like the Euro smooth look, hence we've done with this car. The subtle things that we've taken off, you wouldn't really know unless you knew the car to begin with. A lot of the youngsters, yet again, sort of going down this same road. Me myself, been doing the same look on cars for probably the best part of 20 years, so it's not different for me. Basically, she's a Polo Classic that we've converted into a pickup truck for my son. She used to have 4 seats and a boot, cut the roof off, reinforced it all. Yet again, runs a little 75 brake horsepower, 1.3 GT engine, all on air ride again that we've done ourselves, just so basically my son could have a toy. Unfortunately, he will never drive it because insurance-wise, we just can't get him insured on it.
I've got a full independent hydraulic setup, including audio as well, which means I can do front, back, side to side and all 4 corners as well, and full audio, which is about 22 speakers in total. It just handles like normal suspension, like loads of springs or coilovers, but the ride is smooth, so better compared to my old suspension.
There at Emerge, we love it at USC. It's brilliant. There's a great crowd, great atmosphere. It gives us a chance to show people our new products, new flavours, sports drinks, energy drinks. It's brilliant. What's more, there's some brilliant track action and we're getting a lot of attention. We've got merchandise that we're giving out, goodie bags, things like that. So it's great for us, great crowd, and we're having a really good weekend of it.
Well, at the end of 3 days of track action, the award for the fastest female went to Sally Ann. Your car, a borrowed car, have you been run what you brung in before?
It's my fella's car. Yeah, it's a Nissan GTR just there. I had no intention of driving today up until midnight last night. It was a very last minute thing and I had no expectation of winning at all. It's been brilliant. I've had a real good day.
And the £500 prize for the fastest front wheel drive car went to Wendell in his all-conquering Civic.
Well, like I said, first start off the year we had a few issues. Got it sorted a bit. Obviously we've had loads of help from our sponsors, Asnew, Competition Clutch, obviously Team Street Races, so everything's coming together, so hopefully we'll be better in the next few months as well.
So it's time. The Civic is finished and ready to be brought round and onto the track. And as the boys said, it's been all about what the average person can do at home on a sensible budget. And those graphics make such a change to its appearance. Well, we've just seen the Civic EK that's been transformed this weekend by Neil and the boys from SW Motorsport, run an incredible 15:35 second quarter mile. Now this was a compromise car. It needed to be a fast road car with good handling and be able to hold its chin up as it went down the track. We were never expecting it to go that quick. Neil, this whole build has been about using good quality but budget parts, not mega expensive and without using fancy tooling. The whole idea being that people can replicate it at home.
Exactly that, mate. It's all about basically picking decent brands for affordable prices. There's a credit crunch. Nobody wants to be spending 15 grand in one shot. All done with hand tools, just on axle stands, and done in a weekend just with a bunch of mates having a laugh. It's all simple stuff really, it's not rocket science.
Well, it's brilliant stuff and the car's turned out beautifully. A quick shout of the sponsors again if you want.
Yeah, exactly. We've got a whole list on the car. You've got Toyo, Simeonic, you've got Super Pro for the bushes, Mongoose supplied an exhaust, Carspun cleaned it up. I'm sure there's more, but you put me on the spot with that one. I've got to give a big thanks out to all the SW Motorsports crew because they have grafted, and everybody involved from Santa Pod because they've just been ace.
Fantastic. Well, it really was an incredible build with a beautiful pair of runs right at the end of it. USC this year has been full of surprises, full of very quick cars, full of unusual cars going quick as well. Our friends from Portugal have brought the place alive. We've danced the night away. We've seen how to build a car in a weekend. It's just been fantastic. There's only one thing to say. Be back here next year for USC 2014.